What's good, YouTube? Thanks for clicking on my video today. This is going to be my first video in the series I'm doing on the recommended reading material that Tai Lopez has listed on his website. Book number one, which is also book number one on his website, is Managing Oneself by Peter F. Drucker. And I say it's a book. It was actually a journal article, I believe, that was published sometime earlier in Drucker's life. I'm not sure when it exactly came out. It really doesn't matter once you read the text. It's not unique to any time period other than, I guess, all time after the 19th and 20th century. What the book tells you in a nutshell is just that in today's world, as opposed to basically all of history, you have the option to do whatever you want to. Now, there are a number of barriers, or what seems like barriers, that are holding you back from getting from where you are to maybe where you want to be, but the reality is that we can pretty much do whatever we want to. It's not like that your father's a baker, you have to become a baker, or if your father's a noble, then you're a noble. I mean, you could really do whatever you want to. We've seen certainly enough success stories of people going from rags to riches. They happen all the time, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more stories like that to come. Hopefully, the story of your life is one of those stories. But anyway, Drucker, the main angle, or the point he makes, is that you need to really understand yourself in order to go forth in the world. That there's no truly well-rounded person, there's no jack of all trades, that regardless of who you are, you're going to have limited skills and limited abilities, and you can only improve on those. You really can't improve on things you're not good at. You may be able to get them a little better, which might seem to contradict what I just said, but it really would be a waste of time. There's just, and I'm sure you could, think of things that you maybe just aren't cut out to do, and while you can get better at those, how much does that really serve you? It doesn't serve you much at all. But the things you're truly good at, your true skills, are what you want to pursue. And what you want to do before you can pursue those is just correctly identify what those are. And he sheds some more light on that, and I don't want to do basically a summary of the text, but that's where the book starts and where it goes. How to manage oneself in today's world. And I think that's just an excellent message, and it's something that everyone should read. It's very few people are not going to be able to benefit from this book. I mean, it's definitely something, if I was involved in public schools or something, I don't know, I would certainly give this to every student, even maybe as ninth graders or seniors. I don't know exactly when, but it really is worth everyone reading. I mean, you're going to get through it quickly, and it just gives you great information, and there's not too many technical terms. It's something that the layman can definitely comprehend, and I really believe benefit from as well. Even if you are a successful person, moderately successful, I mean, what your definition of successful, I won't get into that, but I'll just say, just use that term in whatever given sense. I'd still think it's worth reading, because I can think of times even in my life where I've spent more time than I should have on things that I just maybe was not cut out for, and it is what it is. You lose that time and you can't have it back. So sometimes you need to learn lessons by failing, but one piece of advice that Tai Lopez brings up from time to time is that it's a lot easier to learn from other people's mistakes. I don't remember who exactly said that, but he references that quote quite often, and I think that's definitely wise advice. So this isn't really a long review, of course. I'm going to sort of cut it off, or I am going to cut it off now. I would say, make it an effort to get this book, whatever, method you want to use. You want to get the physical copy, the Kindle copy, you can get it online for free. I like having the book in my hand. I do own a Kindle too, but it doesn't really matter as long as you get the information. And I'd even say too, Tai says read this maybe once a year. I would say, take some notes on that, good notes, and then reference it maybe a little more often, a few times a year, because because the perspective I just think is very unique in regards to the other perspectives we're offered on what to do with ourselves. So that's really all I have for you today. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.